Hello, my name is Mizan Thomas, and for my final project, I was given the word dozen. So when I first got this word, I was like, oh, this is cool. I can have fun with this. And then I was like, okay, so what am I actually going to do? So I was thinking and thinking, did a little bit of research, and I just got back to the number 12. So I thought to make the number 12 out of grass clippings because I was at home and we had just finished raking the lawn. And I was like, this would be interesting, like a 3D number. And then I started to do it and I realized I needed a lot of hot glue and a lot of grass. And I was working for a while and didn't get very far, so I scrapped that idea. Then I decided to try 12 different hairstyles because I thought that'd be cool. But then I did my hair in a way that was not easy to manipulate, and I had to scratch that idea too. So then I started thinking, I was like, I can make a dozen egg omelet. And I was like, that's unreasonable. And then I was like, wait, why don't I do something unreasonable? And then I started thinking and was like, maybe I should do things that are unreasonable or just things that I wouldn't ordinarily do. I personally don't think of myself as a very creative person, at least in the artsy sense, I guess I would say. But I decided to step out of my comfort zone and try to be a little bit more creative. So this led me to the project that I have for you all today. So I decided to do 6, which is half of a dozen, because if I did 12, all of the projects wouldn't have been as creative or meaningful, and the video would have been super long. So I'm doing 6 different things that are out of my comfort zone or my norm. They're things that I would usually do. So the first is a video of me making the 12 egg omelet. For one, I don't cook very often, but 12 eggs is a very large amount of eggs for an omelet. Like the average omelet has 2 or 3 max. 12 is like ridiculous. So it's like, huh? So that was fun because it's very hard to make a 12 egg omelet in a regular kitchen. My second idea was to do a 500-piece puzzle. And this idea was cool and all. And I was started the puzzle and I decided to not stop until I finished. And this led me to working on this project or the puzzle, I would say, until 9:30 in the morning. And I started, I don't even know what time I started, but it was the day before. So yeah, but it was fun and I got it accomplished. And I was very proud of myself for doing that. Because usually I don't just sit and do puzzles, especially not all in one sitting, especially not 500 pieces. That's too much. Then I decided to learn origami. And that was actually kind of cool because origami is always something that I thought was cool, but it's just something I never really tried. And so I made a few different things and it was cool. And this might be a hobby that I decide to pick up later on. Then my next project, I will say, was to build my desk. I recently ordered a desk online and usually I have my dad or my mom or the people who deliver the desk put it together because that's just not something that I do. But I decided to put it together myself. And I felt very accomplished after doing this. I told my mom, I was like, I feel like Bob the Builder. But it was really fun and rewarding. And now I have a nice new desk and I love it. And it was fun to put together, especially considering I did it by myself. It made me feel a little bit better about it. And then I decided to try and draw. I cannot draw. Like, at all. Like, if you asked me to draw a flower, it would be literally the ugliest flower you've ever seen. But, again, stepping out of my comfort zone and trying to be creative, I decided to draw a picture, and it was actually a self-portrait, and it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. You guys will see that in the video. And then lastly, I decided to do my makeup. So I don't do makeup, like, at all, almost ever. Like, literally only for special occasions, and they have to be very special occasions, and I never do it myself. I don't know how. It's just not something that I do on a regular basis. But I decided that I was going to try and learn this summer. So, for closing, you all will see my first attempt at doing my own makeup. I hope you enjoy. Hey you guys, for this part of my project, I'm going to be making an omelet, but not just a regular omelet. It's going to be a 12 egg omelet. So, we need eggs, 12 of them, a dozen, Let's see. A really big bowl to mix the eggs in, a fork to whisk the eggs, spatula to flip the omelet, And another spatula for reinforcement because it's going to be a big omelet, because who makes a 12-egg omelet? And then lastly, a big skillet. So let's begin. I'm going to start by cracking each of the 12 eggs like so. Here, you can see me trying to get some eggshells out of the bowl. All right, now it's time to whisk. There's a lot of eggs in here, so we're gonna see how well this goes. This is pre-whisked, kind of, sort of. Some of them started breaking, and now I'm going to whisk by first breaking all of the eggs, as much, or the egg yolks, I should say, as much as I can. And then I'm just getting the whole thing together. Alright, I think this is pretty well whisked. Now we'll add some salt and some pepper. Now we mix all of this together. And now we have our omelet mix. It's time to grab some butter and heat up the skillet and then get ready. Now I am prepping the pan and getting ready to add the eggs. Now this is what it looks like in the pan right now. This is a lot of eggs, and the edges are slowly starting to get white. You can see there, and bubbly. I'm gonna wait till I can tell that the bottom is pretty white, and then I'm gonna try and flip it, which is gonna be the hard part because this thing is huge, but I'm gonna make it work. Oh wow, there's literally a bubble. Clearly, there were too many eggs in this pan. Here we are. As you can see, we didn't quite get what we expected. Although, I don't know what we really expected with 12 eggs trying to make one omelet in this pan. It probably would have been better with like a griddle or something. But it didn't turn out bad. I still got eggs, so yay! Now you can see me working endlessly on this puzzle. I almost stopped a few times, but something told me to keep going, and I ended up, like I said, working till 9:30 in the morning. But I think it was worth it, honestly. I don't think I've ever finished a 500-piece puzzle in one sitting ever in my life, and I don't know anyone who has. So go me. Ta-da! Next is my origami. Here I made a ninja star. Pretty cool, right? Then a heart. And the heart was super cute. Like, it's all boxy and it looks like an emoji. Then I made a frog. He can even hop, like the little hoppers you get at the arcade games. Then I made a dog. Four-legged dog. He couldn't really stand very well, but he was cute. And lastly, a boat. Now here's me building my desk. It took 3 hours approximately, and a tiny bit of help from my mom, and it was finished. I'll tell you guys, I really felt like Bob the Builder. It was so fun, and like, I don't know why, but I thought it was so cool. Now I want you to remember this picture when I'm finished drawing. Okay, this is my finished drawing. It's close to the picture, but you know it's not perfect. And I also don't draw like ever, so I was curious to see how this is going to turn out. And it actually turned out a lot better than I expected. As you can see, I'm not very skilled, and my head is tiny, but it doesn't look that bad. I'm pretty proud of this. So yeah. Hey you guys, so for this part of my project, I am going to be doing my makeup, which is something I don't do like ever. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm watching a YouTube video over here and my mirror is right here. So let's get started. Here is my bag of all of my makeup. A lot of stuff in here. I don't even know what all this is for, and I won't use most of it. But we're gonna see how this goes with what I got. So yeah, let's start. So I started with my eyebrows, as you can see, and they needed a lot of work because I don't even know the last time I got my eyebrows done, but it's okay. Next was foundation. I had 3 different ones, and I hadn't tried them in a while, so I didn't know which color to pick. But luckily, I guessed the right one, and it worked out. Up next was concealer, followed by a primer. The last step was to add some mascara. As you can see, I got a little heavy on the eyebrow, but it's okay. This makeup stuff isn't as hard as it looks, and it's pretty fun. But from a beginner standpoint, it actually doesn't look that bad. And now I'm excited to try again. So this is my face up close. It doesn't even look that much different, just smoother. Alright, thanks for watching.